All right, and here we go. We've had a great morning hearing from multiple presenters, hearing some of their sessions, some of the things that they've liked learning from this great event, singing the praises of this event. So the last interviews are going to be with individuals who put together this event, because just like I talked about when Jenny Long was here as part of Magic School, Stronger Together is about bringing everyone together. It's about whatever role you're in is supporting somebody else. If it's from a solution provider, if it's from central office, from a teacher, if it's from somebody who's a consultant, it's coming together to support each other to make us better educators. And I want to welcome in one of the co-chairs of the event, Mike Arsenault, to talk about all the great things from today. So Mike, welcome in.
Hey, thanks, Matt. It's great to be here.
So for those who don't know you, share who you are and your current role and what you do.
I am the technology director for the Yarmouth School Department here in Yarmouth, Maine, and I'm the president of Actum, which is Maine's ISTE affiliate.
Awesome. So within that role, so what are some of the things that you do in your kind of day-to-day tech life?
Oh, it's all over the place. My background was in tech integration, so I still work heavily with our tech integrators, looking to try to, kind of rekindle the fire of innovation in our schools after the pandemic, and obviously get into some of the other pieces of the more mundane pieces of being a technology director with cybersecurity and other pieces like that as well that have to do it. But one thing that I definitely try to do, and especially that I've leveraged in my presidency with Actum, is to create as many possibilities for professional development as I can.
And how and when people hear Actum, some people not know what that is. Even if you're here in Maine, can you share for all the educators here what that is?
Yeah, Actum is Maine's ISTE affiliate, and we are Maine's, teachers, librarians, administrators, tech folks, you name it. We're there. We're here for them to help them support the use of technology in the classroom, and have been for many years. Our conference just celebrated its 35th year, I believe, and so we continue to bring opportunities for learning and professional development and supporting Maine schools with the use of technology. I've been doing a lot of lunch and learns with different vendor partners that we have, as well as our active integrator group, which does many trainer sessions throughout the year with a lot of the different educational tools that are out there. And AI has definitely become a source for that this year.
Awesome. And the event is every October. At the end of October, it's a great event. So even if you don't live in Maine, I've been to it many times. Come on up. It's a great event. Speaking of great events, how did this come about?
Well, Andy and I are good friends. Andy Walls, that is, who's the tech director of South Portland and the president of our state tech directors association. So we were hanging out one day, and we just started talking about the idea of this AI summit, and especially trying to combine forces with Actum and Meta, the state tech directors association. This is the first time that we've collaborated on an event, and we're just thrilled to do that.
And just in planning it and bringing it all together, what has the buzz been about it?
Well, we knew that this was an important topic, because it's definitely AI in schools is just, it's creating a seismic shift in terms of how we teach our students, how, what types of experiences our students are having, what they're bringing with their use of AI, but as well as we look at assessing students and demonstrations of student learning. And so we wanted to be ahead of that. And so we started this, we were talking about this over the summer, and finally got it to roll here in the winter. And it's, the hard part about it is that this is something we did as more of a passion. And our focus hasn't been on making money on this event. It was totally about creating an opportunity for Maine educators and hopefully breaking even. And so that was, kind of the way it went. But we wanted the event to be a combination, which is why we called it a summit versus a conference.
Sorry. I just kicked the table. It's live. That
It's
happens.
all good. It's all live. But we wanted an opportunity for people to learn, practice, and do actual hands-on activities here, as well as have really solid and deep conversations about AI issues in schools.
Yeah. And so speaking of those conversations in schools, how are you having the conversations in your districts about some of these new tools, some of the, the advantages, some of the, downfalls? How do you handle that?
Well, we're working heavily, like we've got a draft at this point in my district of guidelines for student and staff use, and so we're starting to work through those pieces. We're definitely, I feel like, and most schools are behind the eight ball as far as we should have been having these conversations last spring, probably. Ideally, it's when you factor that ChatGPT came on board at the end of November of 22. So we're getting there, and I'm hoping to bring some of the learning that I have from this event, as well as some people from my team, back to our district on Tuesday, and just hit the ground running and start to move that work forward. I know our high school has done a lot of work this year looking at AI tools and how teachers can utilize them well, but also having conversations about how do we assess students differently and start to look at just avoiding plagiarism and cheating.
Sure.
Not that that's a new thing. Like, students have cheated for a long time. This is,
Right.
People act like ChatGPT created cheating in schools, but it's definitely been around for a while.
Yeah, and you said to bring some of the learning back from here. That's one thing with how rapid AI is entered into our field. How do you continue to learn?
For me, it's a matter of just carving out time. And following what a lot of people like, one of our featured speakers, Carl Hooker, I follow a lot of what he, is publishing out there. Looking forward to, because one part of this event as well is going to be a book study of the AI classroom. And so really excited to have that second phase of this event kick off and further my knowledge of AI tools that are available and just thinking differently about how we teach and learn.
Yeah, and how do you see this with students? Have they started to use some of this? Is there any tools that have been really beneficial to them?
We have students using it. The hard part with a lot of the tools now on the student side is that a lot of them are not aligned with, like, for instance, Google Bard. We're a Google Workspace for Education school district, but Google doesn't allow under 18 students to utilize Bard at all. So there is some use, and we're definitely seeing it in use with, like, Canva, for instance. And so students are using it, and they're definitely using it on their own. We do have some teachers that are kind of bucking the system in terms of, like, getting in with the kids and utilizing, some of the, ChatGPT in particular, especially at the high school level, and starting to look at how can we utilize this generative AI to support and be kind of a helper, and not just creating the whole piece on its own, but how can I use it to edit and further, make any kind of writing more complete, better done.
Awesome. So the learning is continuing. Right now it's 11:27. We have a lunch panel coming up at 11:35. We're going to let you get back to that. And for those of you watching, make sure to tune in. We're going to have a couple more interviews coming on, but all of these are live. I'm going to make a playlist for the event. Check out all of these great speakers, the work that's going on. Make sure to check out Actum and all the impact that they are making here in the state of Maine and globally with their work. So Mike, thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. This has been great.
And for all of you, continue to follow the Elevation Summit and see all the great learning that's happening here.